This is Frank Islam, Chairman and CEO of FY Investment Group, your host of Washington Review, where we interview leading voices from business, politics that impact you, the viewer. Today, our guest is Shiva. Welcome to our show. Thank you very much. I couldn't get your last name, so pronounce it for me.
It's Thirumuzhusai.
Say what?
Thirumuzhusai. Thirumuzhusai.
It is a very nice name.
Yeah,
what kind of name is that?
It is a very olden town in India.
Olden town in India.
In
Where?
India, it's like in southern India near Chennai.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. So those days the Alvars are very famous. They are like so they write poems actually.
So how did the American pronounce your name?
So it's very challenging, especially for my kids. Actually, they have my same last name. So I split it as Thirumuzhusai.
So they say Thiru, rather than pronouncing the whole name.
Whole name, yeah.
Which isn't bad. I think a lot of people in this country came to our show, and they had a long name, also Polish and East European names, and some other names as well. And they all sort of got it split into several parts.
True. Sometimes they associate it with the tiramisu, the sweet.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Oh, tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
That's
yes,
an
tiramisu.
Italian. That's an Italian. That's a good stuff. Have you ever tried that?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a pretty good stuff.
Pretty good one. Yes.
So Shiva, tell me a little bit about who you are. What's your background? When did you come to the United States? What your company name is? What did your company do? And
sure.
Tell us a little bit about it.
I am. My name is full name is Shiva Thirumuzhusai.
You live where?
I live in Herndon, in Virginia.
Uh-huh.
I came here in '92.
Oh, you haven't been here that long.
Not long, no, not for long. So I'm very fortunate to come here through for a small startup company in upstate New York, actually.
So they were the one who sponsored you to come here?
Yes, they helped me to come here. And then we built a technology which is like a very pioneering technology those days. And it's also right now relevant to the virtual reality on a browser. We were the first plugin for Netscape. And then we sold our company to Netscape in '96 actually. And then we moved to Bay Area.
Oh, San Francisco.
Yes.
So that's a breeding ground for a lot of startup companies.
Very true. And then we came here, then moved back to Virginia in 2004 actually. So, and we've been here for like almost 13 years or so.
13 years. So what did your company do?
Our company, this company we started only like 7 years back, and it's called Nasotech.
Nasotech.
Yeah.
What does Nasotech do?
The Nasotech primarily focuses on emerging technologies actually. One of the challenges of newer technologies is technologies changes every day. So there is companies like small and medium needs to adopt these new technologies. The way they can adapt is to get somebody's help actually. So
what kind of technology are you talking about?
So the areas are intelligence. And then voice controlled. Like
what control? Voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alexa is one of the famous ones right now.
Yes.
And today they announced a connection with the Dish Network actually.
Dish Network.
Yeah. So how do you adapt those kinds of technologies to the regular companies? That's where we have.
And what do you do for that company?
We provide right from the white paper to the strategy on how do you integrate, what is the solution, how do you enhance your products, and so on.
And how large is this company? And how many employees do you have?
Ours is like, we are like 4 people.
So it's a small company.
Yeah, so we focused on technology. But we have a partner company in India. They have
what
technology.
What part of India?
Chennai.
Yeah.
So
and you partner with them to do what?
To especially do the proof of concept and prototyping, building the real applications with them.
So what do you think of all these, let me say, how do I say it so that I can pose that question intelligently and diplomatically, all the attack on the H-1B visas and things like that. What do you think of that? You are the beneficiary of that H-1B visa. You came to our nation and become a productive workforce of our country and have contributed and continue to contribute to our economy and job.
It is a big challenge actually. The H-1 visa restriction kind of throttles a lot of really good technology people and highly contributing to society people. It's giving a challenge right now.
But what do you think of the reforms that the immigration, part of the immigration reform that the Senate passed, that the House did not pass, there's only 2 or 3 companies in this country pick up about 80% H-1B visa. So they're abusing the system. What do you think of that idea? I don't think that people are against the H-1B visa. I think that's very important for our country. We need to attract and retain the talented workforce because the immigrant do a good job in being vibrant and injecting in our economy, the skills that we need to be competitive globally. But there are only 2 or 3 companies that basically grab all the H-1B visa from India.
It's mainly because of the residual impact. If you really look at it, the H-1B, there is an history in 2008, 2009, sorry, not 2098, 99, when a lot of people came in for Y2K. Then those days, the requirement for H-1B is not like a high-end technology people. So that kind of gave this path where, even if you're a media core or not interested in the technology side, you come in. But that should have been stopped long ago. But now, if you look at with the changes, I'm already hearing from my counterparts in India that there are a lot of amazing top talented technology people are joining companies to come in H1 now, because of the lottery system was a challenge actually. So now even if it is a lottery system is 1 and 2 actually, so it's much easier actually. So,
well, this administration obviously has not done anything in terms of, they're saying let's do some study to figure out what the next step is.
One of the areas increasing the salary. Actually.
Yeah, well, they have to be par what the American people make.
Correct.
I mean, we should not be exploit them in terms of the not paying them the wage that the American people get. I mean, so we have to be equal pay.
Correct.
And equal wages. And I am a beneficiary long years ago as a student, and one of the person who has been beneficiary is America's kindness and generosity, just like you are. Yeah. I'll get back from H-1B visa to your company.
Okay.
So the question is, who are your primary customers?
So our primary customers are small companies and medium-sized companies.
In the United States?
In the United States. All our customers are United States actually. And also the federal, we don't really work with the federal directly, but we work with the federal contracting companies.
Okay, so you provide your product or services to the federal government contractors?
Companies, exactly. So we provide technology solutions to them. The other set of customers are hospitals actually. We provide healthcare solutions, right from telemedicine to like adherence program and so on for Maryland hospitals.
Oh, yeah. Well, why just Maryland? Why not Virginia? You live in Virginia.
Very true. So our sales connection came through the Maryland actually initially. Sure. So we provided the solutions for them.
What kind of product do you provide to the Maryland hospital company? That tell me a little bit about that.
It's very interesting. One of the challenges of healthcare, especially on like if you have a ADHD kind of
what is a what?
ADHD, like, or even people who have schizophrenia and so on, they cannot actually come to the doctor's space. Actually, that is one challenge actually. So they need help, but they cannot come. And also their health coverage is continuously needed. It is not like you do one and then a month later you go. So it's like every week, 3 days, 4 days. So we built this technology using tablets and the backend system, where the caseworker can go to the patient, and if they need it, click of a button, they can talk to a physician.
They can talk to physicians while they are talking to the patient.
Yes.
So they can directly connect with to the doctor.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
So what does a doctor do at that stage when they connect them? So the patient can ask them a question and they answer.
Exactly.
So do you have these doctors lined up already to do?
Yes. Okay. We have an exchange where there are multiple doctors and the nurses are available, and they will provide that services. And top of it, sometimes they say they don't take the medication. One of the major challenge with schizophrenia patients is they don't take medication.
And why is that? Is that the part of the habit?
It's habit.
When you get up in the morning, you take your medication
but
before you eat your
they
breakfast.
always look at the side effects actually. They say my side effects is not allowing me to do it. I have a severe headache or whatever the side effect is.
Oh, okay.
And so the doctor kind of understands that and then immediately change the medication.
And that helps them?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And even that there are rules and regulations between Maryland and Virginia. Different rules are there actually.
What kind of rules are different?
Meaning remotely prescribing medication is very different actually. So with the HIPAA compliance and all that, it is.
What's the HIPAA?
HIPAA is like more the protection of patient information. So that is what we provide actually. So we have a lot of those things already built in for us actually. We built it as a framework and Maryland Hospitals uses for all its customers.
So who were the hospitals in Maryland that they use their product?
It's a professor, Dr. Seth actually is one of the professor, and then Dr. J.
He's a professor where?
In the University of Maryland.
University of Maryland?
Yeah.
So you basically provide the product to University of Maryland Medical Center.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you have intention to take this product to the other hospitals in Maryland as well?
Yes, because this project was built with a federal grant, they allow you to do it for other customers also. So there is an agreement with the companies to do that kind of work actually.
So there are a lot of hospitals here.
Yes.
In the state of Maryland.
Correct.
So if I ask you to come back 2 years from now, what would you say at that time, that how many hospitals have you been able to give this service as a product?
Yeah, we are constantly working with various healthcare providers. So
the insurance companies?
Not insurance companies, more healthcare solutions companies actually.
Okay, like who?
One is PEP, I think. I forgot the last name. So those kinds of guys actually, they do marketing for us and sales for us.
Okay, so this is who you market.
Yeah, exactly.
And they in turns market themselves
It's a
or
SaaS
your
model.
product to the our service. It's a product, really, services, and also to the hospitals.
Yes,
correct?
it's more like a SaaS model, so they can go set up the account and add customers and so on. It's a very extensive project actually, which has a CRM and all that stuff.
And CRM stands for?
Customer relation management actually.
Oh, okay.
So in this case, is the organizations which is employing us also is a part of the customer base, and their customers are the patients, also our customers actually.
Is it a pretty good business, Shiva?
Yes, yeah, it's a good business.
It is a good business.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And you also helping to get people well.
Oh, yes,
and
very
service to communities. So talking about community, how do you contribute to your society?
Thank you. See, one fortunate thing for me, God helped me is from...
God always helps you
Exactly,
if you do the right thing.
Very true. So when I finished my college, my first job was a startup actually. It's actually an upstart in a bigger company. So from then on, I always been in a startup and experienced a lot in that. So in this area, there is two components. There are a lot of smaller community who are financially challenged, and they find always this niche way of building businesses actually. So I help them from their idea stage to build their application.
So give me an example of your success story, Shiva, where you help them to succeed.
Yes. So there is a company which builds like very relevant to television and rendering actually, especially. So this guy has a very good idea and built this technology, but he has no way of constructing the company and building it actually. So what we do is we take their idea, work with them, come up with a plan on how to scale it actually, how to set up the company, how to bridge that. So that's a kind of help we do actually. So
you construct it, that's what you said.
Yeah.
And then by constructing it, you help them to do the marketing, you help them to go to reach to the customers,
Exactly.
All of the above.
Yes.
So give me one success story where people have been very successful because of your help, your company's help. What's the company's name is the one you helped?
Right now we are helping is a RevUp render.
Okay.
They do rendering on a, so if you go to a movie, normally at home we see 4K TVs, but the RevUp render on the screen, it's like 100K actually.
It's a what?
100K. So the resolution is very, very high actually. So when you do a high resolution, how do you do that actually? That's what these guys do, and they also do it much, much faster actually. So we help them with the partnership agreements. We work with them on working on a deal and sales also.
Well, that's a good. So do you like to take this concept that you have developed here in the United States to India and other part of the world?
Correct. Especially
The
Africa.
India, the healthcare is not that great.
Very true, yes. They
People
always
don't go to
approach
doctor
me.
unless they're really sick. There's no something called going to doctor every year to make sure you're fine. It's called preventive medicine, right?
Yeah, it's picking up, but it's only in the urban.
Well,
not
picking
in
up
the
for the
rural
people
side.
who are rich and wealthy.
Very true.
Which is, there's not that many.
Yeah, it is changing. With the telemedicine, that is the advantage we are seeing actually. So there is,
So
there
the
are
people
like
can sit in their home and office will be able to communicate to the doctors.
yeah, very true. So one interesting area I could quote is I was very much involved with the Google in 2013. We did something called Google Glass. I don't know if you are familiar
Yeah,
with that.
I
Actually,
heard of
when
it.
it came up, I was very involved in that. And in India, in Chennai, there is an hospital called Lifeline Hospital.
Lifeline Hospital in Chennai.
Chennai. Dr. Raj Kumar is a very famous doctor there. And one of the challenges he always told me is like, let's say if it is a remote place in India, and then if some surgery is happening, if they don't know, if there is a scenario and they don't know, what they normally do is they take a photo and send it to him and ask him is, until then, they have to close the person and then reopen it again.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah, but the
And
Google
then-
Glass, we did a surgery online actually.
Surgery online,
yeah.
and the people who did the surgery were not even a doctor?
No, he's a doctor.
Oh, he
so
is a
Dr.
doctor.
Rajkumar was wearing it,
Yeah.
and then he did the surgery while other doctors were watching,
Oh.
and he was explaining
Oh,
exactly how
okay.
that happens and what the challenges
And what
are.
kind of surgery was that, Shiva?
It's a geriatric surgery, and then he also did one more, but sorry, I forgot the name.
Sure.
But it was a very successful. We were covered in a lot of the news articles and so on.
So
Actually.
this was a live surgery.
Surgery,
that
yes.
Mr. Dr. Kumar, who performed in a hospital in Chennai.
Chennai.
And it was promoted and broadcasted to various
Organization.
locations and organizations and
Yeah.
hospitals in India.
Yeah.
So what lesson have those doctors have learned from Dr. Kumar's wonderful surgery?
Because the complication happens at any time. So if the senior doctor does it while he is doing, he can always educate the younger doctors actually on how to handle it when there is a complication comes in. The other component is if the rural companies, rural hospitals, if they are doing operation, they could use the same thing and then engage the doctor when there is
So
some problem
somebody
happens.
in a rural India,
Yeah.
they can perform, the junior doctor can
Exactly.
perform the surgery, and in order for them to get the advice from the doctor who are more experienced, they can do that.
Correct.
And those doctors do not have to be physically there in that hospital in rural area, but they can drive the benefits
Exactly.
of the experience of a doctor who is very experienced.
Correct. Because the scenarios the senior doctor faced, and that can be expanded to multiple doctors also. So that was one of the ideas why we experimented that, and it had a very good coverage. But now the newer technologies are coming in, so we are keep working on it actually.
So the Google Glass is basically the way to promote. So they take a TV, screens and things like that.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh,
so it
okay.
can transmit to a live actually. It is almost a camera, and then it transmits live to. We used a technology. We used our own technology, as well as we used YouTube streaming to stream the data actually on the video.
So this is a wonderful thing to do, to use the technology to improve people's health and well-being,
Correct.
so that we can live longer,
Oh yeah, very true.
which is what we want.
Yes, exactly.
Now, does it have this administration has any impact on your company
Yeah,
in terms of their policies?
it
It has only been there for about 3 months, maybe 120 days now.
So we are not right now. We are not utilizing any of the non-immigrant resources, but we were working on it. Actually, we also train some level, because the new technologies are coming out every day, as I mentioned before. So the training is part of this whole program actually, especially the newer college, the guys who get out of colleges, they need an opportunity.
Sure,
actually. So
you're absolutely right. So you have not been affected by the policy of this new administration.
Right
so
now,
far.
actually, yes. Yeah.
They haven't been in business for so long.
Correct, I agree. Yeah,
Right?
very true. Yeah.
They still have a long way to go, correct?
Yeah, very true.
So what is the message, Shiva, for you to give it to the audience in terms of that we need to keep healthy and stay healthy? What do you want to tell them?
Yeah, so there are programs like WebMD and other things which helps, and our application also kind of helps them to keep in track, like especially diabetic, blood pressure, and schizophrenia, and many of the challenges when you consume the medicine in a proper way, in a frequent, and then food actually. So that helps a lot actually. So that's what I would recommend.
So eat healthy food.
Healthy food, yes.
And exercise.
Exercise.
No stress.
No stress.
And sleep a lot.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Very true. Especially
so this is what is going to help you to stay healthy and to live longer.
Correct. Very true.
And that's the gift to all of us.
Yeah.
And thank you very much, Shiva, for coming here.
Yeah. Thank you.
And appreciated you taking the time to come and talk to us and giving your experience to the audience. Thank you for watching. This is Frank Islam wishing you a great week. Thank you.
Thank you.